this Thursday evening. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of things to do in chat that I forgot to do prior to starting stream. Like making it so that the hello bot would say hello to people again. And then I forgot that this intro music does not loop. So I sat back down after getting some water and a cup of coffee. It's like, oh, crud. It's completely silent. Let me hit that button again. Oh, that's right. Afternoon coffee. I have the day off tomorrow, so I'm pre-caffeinating to make sure that I just make horrible decisions tonight with rest and relaxation and all that jazz. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off that music. Thank you so much, music. But yeah, so exciting things. I messed with the scenes a little bit in OBS before stream, and I was able to start capturing this game and the other game that I've planned to check out today, which is super exciting. Because yesterday I didn't want to capture anything, so I ended up doing monitor capture, and that was just awkward and felt weird, and you got to see my desktop background, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. And I guess I'll just, dive right back into it. Let me go ahead and open up the game. And I just realized I don't have my talking icon on the screen, which, isn't a huge deal, but it feels weird. Feels a little, naked, not having, the little guy bouncing around as I talk, which, is a interesting, sentence to say. But I said it, and I'm, you know what? Dang it, I'm sticking to it. All right, let's go ahead and switch on over to the game. And game. Yeah, there we go. Okay, interesting. So maybe I was just a little bit too impatient yesterday, because it seems to just take like, an extra 5-6 seconds to really capture the game before showing it. Which, my bad. I was a little bit impatient yesterday, given I wanted to try and get 2 games in, and I got one, and I think we're about halfway through this, which is exciting. This game was, a definite standout compared to the Music Machine, which, is made some choices with how it was telling its story. But enough of that game. Now we're at Lucifer Within Us, and so the premise of this game, for anyone who missed the previous journey in it, we are a exorcist, but we're not a exorcist in the same way that you would expect, having seen like maybe The Exorcist or something like that, or any other possession horror movies. We are a digital exorcist. So this is the future where humans and technology have become more of a fusion, more of a kind of synergistic movement. So the demons are kind of like viruses in the brains of the humans, and we're in, I forget the city. I think it's Walpurga is the city named after the saint who last banished all the demons into the aether. And now, suddenly, after 111 years, the deathless city, the murderless city, has had 2 murders that we've solved and exorcised the demons from. And there's a third murder that we are on right now. Now, there's only 5 demons that could have infected these people. Or there's only 5. I think maybe I mean, I might miscount. It may only be 4. But that said, if there's only for like 4 demons, and we've already done 2, then it really narrows down our options of what the demon could be. And I mean, I guess honestly, what the demon is so far has been less of a mystery than how the murder has been committed and what has been the motive for the murder. This has got an incredibly interesting kind of, and not even like interrogation system, but a system of finding clues and playing back, people's testimony and everything, and it's quite a bit of good quality of life things. So, without much more ado, let's jump right in. All right. So, we have solved 2 murders, and this was the night of some great ceremony in the chapel. And so here's some backstory on the murder if you missed it last time. So, poisoned by Father Augustine against me, Abbot Gregory ordered I remain outside the chapel for his mass. At midnight, the gathered pilgrims lifted their voices in praise to Ain Soph, but they were cut short by a thunderous crash. Another soul taken. So, I wonder if we're going to see the... Okay, no, we don't get the little bit of intro that we got last time. So, Abbot Gregory, sus the entire time, big old sus guy. I thought he could be, could have been possessed by Lucifer, but guess not. Because, him being dead right now. But, so we just need to... We have 2 suspects. 2 suspects who we've had contact with both in previous investigations. And, oh shit. There's good old Abbott, just chilling like a villain, having a grand old time underneath St. Walpurga. Sometimes if you say step on me to the wrong person, they're actually going to do it, and it's going to hurt more than you expect. And I think the abbot learned that right before he died. Let's see what's going on here. Let's examine. What do we got? We got statue. A hanging stone statue of St. Walpurga. It was recently outfitted with a spear relic and suspended above the altar using aether restraints. That's the other freaking thing. So, the spear relic. In the first murder in this area, we found the person who was possessed had blueprints for the spear relic, who he was going to deliver that to Father Augustine, who's this son of a bitch right here. And I'm pointing at you, man. He was a little bit sus the entire time because his name has come up in every demon possession so far. Like, the person who was possessed by the first demon had the relic, or had the blueprints for that spear, who was going to deliver it to Father Augustine. Father Augustine's apprentice was murdered in the second demon possession. Coincidence? I mean, wherever this guy goes, we got demons. We got demons, man. All right, what else we got? We got the spear. Spear held by the statue of St. Walpurga appears to have etheric mechanisms of unknown origin. That's sus, man. What about Abbot Gregory's body? What can we learn about that? Oh, yeah. Abbot Gregory was stabbed through the chest by the statue's spear while giving his communion mass. Oh, gosh. Not only did he get stepped on, but he got stabbed probably through the heart by the spear. I mean, granted, if you say step on me to somebody, you don't expect the spear, I guess that's how they got him. And I turned down some of the volume. I might have gone a little bit overboard with that. I'm going to turn it up just a tiny bit, the master volume, to about 78. Let's try that. Because it is a little quiet for me. But let's see what the dialogue has to say. What do you got to say? You son of a bitch.
Ah, poor Abbot Gregory. We had such hopes and plans together.
You son of a bitch.
If only he had listened to your sage advice, Sister Ada. Perhaps he would be safe now,
You told him not to listen to me. You specifically told him not to listen to me.
I cannot ignore that you are the link.
Ada's a smart one.
Everything that has happened today points back to you, Augustine.
Hell yeah.
It must be a tragic coincidence. The abbot was my friend and trusted ally. I wished him no harm.
It's X to super freaking doubt, man.
Explain your actions. What were you doing on the balcony?
With Mother Miriam's passing, Abbot Gregory needed someone to ring the ritual bell.
A likely story.
I volunteered. It was an honor.
Oh, you honor me, sir, by letting me ring the bell. But that also gave you prime opportunity to cut those aether ties, mister. So this is really cool. So this, we get to see his retelling of events. And once we get other people, we can switch back and forth without having to like go and talk to them at all. It's a wonderful quality of life feature. It just makes it so much fun.
The abbot, Virgil, and I arrived at the chapel just before the mass.
Makes sense. Nothing too suspicious so far.
When I headed to my seat for the mass to begin, I was rather excited for the proceedings.
I don't need to know that, dude. Keep your excitement levels to yourself.
We began by singing the hymn of communion. It was glorious.
It seems pretty glorious. Seems mighty glorious. Indeed. I probably could have skipped that.
When the sermon started, I headed to the balcony to prepare to ring the bell.
I'm not going to sing that song about ringing bells. I hate that song. Every single time I hear it, it grates me. Then I pick up my hammer, and I said, "Stop! Hammer time."
I rang the bell to announce the start of communion. I noticed Gideon was absent from the other balcony, but didn't think much of it at the time.
Well, what's going on up there?
I rang the bell a second time. I rang the bell.
Right here. So when you ring the bell the first time, were the lights still on? Yes, everything seemed fine. Oh, okay. I want to know about that. That guy over there. What the fuck is up with that?
I rang the bell a second time.
Yeah, you rang bells.
Suddenly, the lights went out and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calmly by the bell, waiting for someone to fix the problem.
So calm. What the fuck is going on over there now?
Moments later, the statue collapsed from the ceiling.
Fatality.
And I saw the abbot impaled by the statue. I'll never forget that image. That's when Virgil arrested me.
You say Virgil was right there, huh? I mean, what if it was Virgil? Virgil has been, I guess as the name implies, our guide throughout this. Interesting. I got nothing to say to that right now. But you sus, boy. Sus. Let's see what Gideon has to say.
This can't be happening. Yet another death? Am I to be blamed again?
Who blamed you the first fucking time?
Calm yourself, Gideon.
I'm innocent. Even more, I'm a victim here. I was attacked. Surely that puts me above suspicion. You were attacked? By whom? I couldn't see them. Whoever it was, they attacked me from behind. He was the one who got knocked the fuck out over there. I was knocked unconscious until the guards found me. Alright, what do you got?
At the start of the night, I was waiting near the organ.
Wait. Contradict. You arrived. Oh, maybe not. Actually, wait, let me hop over here real quick.
When I aided the abbot, Virgil and I arrived at the chapel just...
Oopsies.
At the start of the night, I was waiting near the organ.
I got them confused. I thought he arrived with them, but it was just Augustine Abbot and, Virgil. Brain fart, sorry.
When the mass began, I played the entry hymn on the organ. I think I played well enough, though I didn't have much time to practice it.
Okay.
After the opening hymn, I listened to Abbot Gregory's sermon. It was a pretty good one.
Oh, that's good. Convenient. Back to the entrance.
Praying together to Ein song.
Try and tell me that's Virgil.
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Get clobbered. I mean, I got nothing to disprove the fact that you were bonked on the head. So, you're clear for now. I want to wait to talk to Virgil before I investigate. Ooh, look at that. Okay, check out this awesome organ. Organ. A massive musical instrument, similar to the organ in the cybernetics tower. Makes sense why the cybernetician was playing it. What's this? West generator. Oh, that was the weird blurb blurb blurb. On the east generator then. That was it losing power, I guess. This generator normally powers the lights and the aether restraints. Hey, Buffalo Warrior! Buffalo, sorry. Didn't mean to read out your whole name there. Welcome, welcome. How you doing today? Let's see. This generator normally powers the lights and the aether restraints. In conjunction with its counterpart in the east balcony, it has been fried by some sort of etheric discharge. Interesting. Come on. Get to stepping. We need to go the other side. You're doing good? Awesome, awesome. I'm doing pretty good as well. Thank you so much. I'm so glad it's Thursday. Oh, man. Ritual hammer. A two-handed bronze hammer used to ring the ritual bell during Mass. Mighty interesting. I'm picking up this game, a game that we finished out yesterday playing. It's been it's a lot of fun. You haven't missed too much. I just kind of got 2 testimonies so far, and now I'm going to pick up some clues to see what's going on. Cybernetic remains. Ooh. What is this? Found near the power generator in the east balcony, overloaded and shattered to bits. Yeah. Okay. East generator. This generator in conjunction, yeah, it's the exact same thing, but they swapped east and west. Okay. Let me see this bell. What's up with this bell? An old bronze bell rung during Mass. Fascinating. Okay. I think that's all I can get. Yeah. Sister, we must bring divine justice upon the sinner who killed Abbot Gregory. I only wish I could act as Inquisitor here, but I submit to your authority. This is what I witnessed tonight. Sweet, we get a third timeline.
We arrived shortly before the Mass began.
Sorry about that. That matches with what Augustine said.
Inquisitor, prepare.
As you command. I began my patrol by securing the east side of the balcony. I saw Gideon examining the ritual bell.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait by organ. Present. I fail to see how that's relevant. Ah, dang it. Maybe I need to contradict Gideon with that. Swap to Gideon.
At the start of the night, I was waiting near the organ.
Yeah, that is false, my friend. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Let me know if this, if anything's, any of the audio is out of whack. I have a soundboard. I want to try something. Let's see how this goes. Mystery sound. I don't know why it's only coming through the right part of the headphones for me. So once I get that figured out, I'm going to be trying more things on the soundboard. But I just wanted to try it once. I got it working right before stream, and by got it working, I mean I figured out how to do it, and then tested it, and then said I'm probably not going to use it, and then used it the absolute first opportunity that presented itself. Oh boy. All right, let's see what's going on here. Lies, Gideon. Virgil saw you standing near the ritual bell. Prior to Mass. Ritual bell prior to Mass. What were you doing? Really? I'm innocent, but maybe the attack damaged my memory. Gideon, your brother made this mistake lying to me. And then I exorcised him, and he became a shell of a human. You really want to do that? You really want to test me? What you say does sound familiar. Did I misremember? I do recall being by the bell. When exactly did that happen? Let me think. Oh, look at what all you remember now.
Given the tragic events of this morning, I examined the condition of the east generator to ensure the safety of the chapel.
Oh, that's suspicious. Oh, that's suspicious.
Inquisitor, prepare.
As you command.
I'm gonna stop it here. I want to see what I've unlocked in his inner sanctum. So once I catch people on lies, I get to basically hack their mind. Let's see what Gideon has to show. Shattered confidence. Ooh. That the first murder that happened in the city happened almost at his hands. Essentially, some safety measures were disabled so that when he did his thing, to like ritualize or to perform a ritual to ordain a new voice of Ein Sof, our god. His brother took away some safety mechanisms so that when he performed his ritual, it would kill the person who was going to be who was a part of that ritual. Well, that makes sense why he would have a shattered confidence now. Let's see. Gideon no longer trusts himself, questioning his own memory and competence. Perhaps he did make a mistake after all. Or I guess maybe getting clonked on the head too. Maybe that shattered his confidence. Let's talk about it. I have done nothing wrong, but I can't help worrying that I'm slipping under the pressure somehow. Okay. And just for a refresher from last time, let's look at the demon book. So we have Lucifer the Proud, the Prince of Demons, and eternal adversary of Ein Sof, manifests and the ambitious and strong-willed, promising them their heart's desire in exchange for their soul. Beelzebub, the gluttonous. We found Beelzebub last time with a mortician who was, on the side taking a bite out of people as well. So Beelzebub, or the possessed of Beelzebub, become simple-minded daemon that destabilizes the host, turning them into feral beasts. The host is compelled to consume stranger and filthier things until nothing remains of their humanity. Lotan the Envious. This was what Gideon's brother was possessed by. Playful but deceitful demon who slowly drives the host mad with whispers of their own inadequacy. The host blames others for their ill fortune until the apparent injustice drives them to take what is rightfully theirs. And the last one that we haven't found Lucifer either, but Sathanas the Vengeful, furious daemon that stokes the simmering rage within the host, preys upon the fervent and the righteous, goading them to take matters into their own hands. So I think the way this game seems to be played out is either we find Sathanas this time and Lucifer in another case, or we find them both here, potentially. Time will tell. Because I think that there's going to be 4 chapters to this game, and we've already done 2, and this is the 3rd. But anyway, let's go back to see what Gideon has to say. Oh, actually, I want to ask him about these cybernetic remains. Since we found them right over here, and we're already on that part of the story, these were found by the East Generator? It's hard to say, but I would guess that it used to be an arm. It's a rather advanced model. Oh, we've only made these for the Inquisitors. It can discharge aether energy to incapacitate someone. Even supports remote activation. Useful for ambushing fugitives, I suppose. Oh, Virgil, are you missing an arm? Virgil. Remote. Yeah, Inquisitor arm. Okay. I want to see what else Gideon has to say.
Next, I checked the ritual bell. As I was doing this, I saw Inquisitor Virgil gazing at the altar.
You don't say. There's Virgil.
I knew Mass was about to begin, so I headed back to the organ.
Likely story. Oh. And then he played the
When
hymn.
the Mass began, I played the entry hymn on the organ.
Okay.
I think I played well enough, though I didn't have much time to practice it.
Yeah, I don't have anything to contradict this exactly. So, I'm gonna let this stand for now, and I want to go back to Virgil.
Then, I patrolled the south balcony.
Can't see his right arm from here because it's got the cape on it. I wonder if he's missing an arm. Virgil. Let's learn about this Inquisitor arm. Inquisitors are imbued with portable aether emitters to enforce the will of Ain Sof. They are non-lethal, of course. Okay. Remote. Yeah. Gideon is correct, and that Inquisitor's arms can be operated from a distance. That's so freaking cool! Ugh! I want this future. Aside from the overly demonic and overly faithful part. I just want the technology part, because it's freaking cool. Give me detachable limbs that I can remotely pilot. Like, I could be making myself a snack right now. And my arm's just in the kitchen, doing what it needs to do. And I'm over here gaming, having a grand old time. And then I can just, stand up in 20 minutes, go grab the snack and come back with my arm and a snack and not even have to worry about it. Truthfully, I haven't had a need to do so. I much prefer direct confrontation. That way you punched Gideon in the back of the head. Mighty suspicious, Virgil. I was wondering if you would end up betraying us. Although, I want to pause right here. This is the second time that Father Augustine has been a witness or at the scene of a crime. And the first time, we basically had nothing to call him on whatsoever. And this time, I feel like it's going to be the same thing, where it's just Virgil and Gideon kind of going about it. So I feel like Augustine's going to be the big bad at the end. That wherever he goes, the lesser demons kind of connect and have influence over those around him.
Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
I want ring bell, knock. Okay, listen to sermon, knock out. Okay. Ask. I did find Gideon laying on the floor. However, I doubt that he was unconscious for such a long time. Odd. Ritual bell. Why is that all filled in? That's kind of neat. Okay. I got nothing else. Let's check out lights go out.
As I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time, the lights went out. I suspected foul play, so I headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Run towards east balcony.
To protect the remaining generator, I ran towards the east balcony.
Where's your
Along
arm?
the way, I heard an explosion. Then, the statue's aether restraints deactivated, dropping and impaling Abbot Gregory. May he rest in peace. When I arrived at the generator, Augustine was standing nearby, smirking at the carnage he caused. I arrested him there and then.
Okay. I want to ask about these. They were found by the east generator? I have no idea what they are. Okay. You're off the hook for now, Virgil. I do want to double check. I do want to get an arm count from you soon. Oh wait, who the heck's over there? Huh. But I need to go talk to... Oh, I want to talk to Augustine real quick.
And I saw the abbot impaled by the statue.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
A likely story. These were found by the generator? It must be what caused the explosion, I heard. Uh-huh. You asked about the ritual bell, too. It's a rather old bell. It may be older than the abbey itself. This hammer is what I used to ring the bell. It is quite the heft to it. Did you knock out Gideon? Poor, gullible Gideon already had his brother possessed, then gets clonked on the head by a different demon. But I do want to ask you about the spear. The spear of St. Walpurga is a relic that I unearthed in my research, though it was damaged. The spear is a mere decoration. It is a conduit to the Aether. So I hoped it would allow communion with Ain Sof. I asked Reuben to make repairs to it so it could be used for the Mass. Uh-huh. Yes, you did. And just so happens that that spear is what killed the abbot. In addition to the statue falling on top of him, of course. However, that spear hit him first. First blood. I mean, that's got to count for something. How unfortunate that it was used for a bloody purpose. And oh, my dear friend, I bet you hate that, Augustine. I bet. I commissioned this statue for tonight's mass. See, it's like 4D chess or 3D chess. Like, everything seems to be pointing to this guy being the one who did it. He commissioned the statue. He got the spear. He's the one who kept me from being in the chapel at the time of the murder. He's the one who was conveniently with the priestess being murdered, the one who has access to the balcony when he wouldn't normally. After all, we are celebrating St. Walpurgis' victory over Lucifer. Is that what we're doing, Augustine? Are we celebrating that? Because if we are, we're doing a piss poor job of it. Let's see. I don't really think I got anything else. So he takes a seat and sings hymn, plays hymn. I mean, that part checks out. Patrol south balcony, can't really confirm or deny that. Watch over chapel. Ring bell. Is knocked unconscious. So I want to talk to Gideon and
when
bring
the
up
ritual of communion
hammer.
began, someone attacked.
This is an old hammer with no etheric enhancements. As heavy as it is, it would be very difficult to damage the generators with this hammer. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned if you were knocked unconscious by the hammer. Although, it makes more sense for you to be knocked unconscious by a guard, by an Inquisitor's arm. As the Church's elite enforcers, Inquisitors are the only ones equipped with an aether emitter in their arms. No one else could obtain an arm like this? Not in any official way. Theoretically, someone could sever the arm from an Inquisitor and directly use the emitter to discharge. But that would require great knowledge of etheric technology. I mean, you know, pointing at yourself for a moment, Gideon, you do have great knowledge of etheric technology. And Father Augustine is a scholar and a sly customer. So, you know, that doesn't help me. It basically goes back to, back at the beginning with everyone being totally potentially guilty. Wonderful. All right, let's figure this out. Body, organ. And what if I ask you about the spear? Reuben restored the spear for, Jesus Christ, Walpurgis Mass using a blueprint brought by Father Augustine. Hey, Father Augustine. Did Reuben know that his work would be used for murder? I certainly hope not. I mean, he may well have. Ask about the statue. We hung the statue just last night. Interesting. Due to its weight, we could only hold it in place using aether-powered restraint. Ask about the west. These generators work in tandem to provide etheric energy to the chapel. Each is a backup for the other. If necessary, only one generator is enough to power critical systems. Okay. Ask about remote operation. Certain cybernetic parts allow the user to temporarily detach them and control them at a distance. I wouldn't rely on it for delicate or sophisticated movements. Fair enough. Alright. What if I ask you about Virgil? Virgil can be impulsive, but he didn't have any reason to harm Abbot Gregory, did he? I don't think so. What about My brother Reuben revered Father Augustine, but I find his obsession with daemons distasteful, if not dangerous. Fair enough. How do you feel about Abbot Gregory? I won't speak ill of the dead. Speak truthfully of the dead, please. That's all I want. I want truth, not ill, unless you have a license to it. I'm all good with license to ill. But don't lie to me. You've already lied once. I get it, you got bonked on the head, but stop lying to me. But I was looking forward to a new face during sermons. Mother Miriam would have been a great successor to Father Gregory. Now we've lost both. What a shame. Shame indeed. Shame indeed. Okay, sing hymn. We began by singing the hymn. Play hymn. I played the entry hymn of the organ. I think I played it well enough. Roll south. I mean, these corroborated. I can't corroborate that exactly. Patrol is fine. Lights go out. He's knocked unconscious. Rings bell again. I stay calm. Suddenly lights go out the chapel. Oh, wait. Arrested near bell. I need to talk to Augustine again. That is not correct. He said that he arrested him near the generator at the end. So Augustine...
I rang the bell to announce the start of communion.
Yeah, of course you did.
I saw the abbot impaled by the statue. I'll never forget that image. That's
sorry,
when Virgil
mouse going all over
me.
the place. I lost the button for a second. Boom, boom, boom. Present. Yeah, finally I got you in a freaking lie. Liar! When Virgil arrested you, you were not standing by the bell. You were standing near the generator, overlooking the altar. True, but what does a few feet matter? Oh, Augustine, you sly son of a bitch. I got you. You were the only one near the east generator before the statue fell. Perhaps you sabotaged it. Ah, but I only approached the generator because I heard an explosion. So you went towards the explosion. That makes a ton of sense, I gotta say. I arrived after the sabotage, not before. But I want to break into your mind palace. Let's see what secrets you're hiding. Pride, of course. Oh, the perfect conduit for Lucifer. Prideful Mr. Augustine. Let's talk about your pride. Augustine remains strangely confident that everything will go as he planned. A smug air. Is that what you see deep within me? Interesting. I suppose it's difficult to remain humble when I feel everything that happens is so very predictable. You smug son of a bitch. I'm on to you.
The moments later, the statue dropped from the ceiling.
Fatality. Yeah, okay. Oh.
But I saw the abbot impaled by the statue. On the other balcony, I could see someone looking down at the altar. That's when Virgil arrested me.
Okay, so we've got good placement for Virgil and Augustine at the end. So whoever's on that other side of the balcony, for sure, not both of them, or not either of them. Although Gideon was knocked unconscious during that time, potentially. Okay. But here's my fear, or my potential theory. Either we get Lucifer or Sathanas? Yeah, Sathanas the Vengeful. We either get one of them here or we get them both here. because Augustine is the exact person who I would expect to be possessed by Lucifer. He's got so many machinations that were going on that revolve around him for this exact murder to take place. And that's two of the highest of the church then that have died within a day of each other. Or maybe even the same day, because that was earlier in the morning that Mother Miriam died. So he's got that working against him, in my mind at least. But if there was a fourth figure in this over here, I guess it doesn't even need to be a fourth figure. It could just be Gideon faking consciousness.
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
See, I suspected foul play, so I headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious. Okay. Lights go out. I'm unconscious. Listen to sermon. Head to bell. Watch over chapel. So I don't have enough. I'm gonna leave, and I want to do another walk around just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because there's something suspicious. Yeah, let's see. See if I can find anything over here. Aha! I missed this. What's that? Aha! What's this? The devil's herb. Get that jazz cabbage out of here. We don't subscribe to Mary Jane in this city. It's illegal. I knew something nefarious is afoot. The abbey must be purified of its scent. I should dispose of any that I find. Yeah, of course, Ada's disposing of it and not, stuffing it in her purse and, saving it for, when she's stressed at home. Devil's herb. It's weird that, so if Gideon was knocked out over here, there's no evidence here. I would have expected, maybe a little bit, like some scuffs maybe on the floor. Wait, who's that? Who are you, sir? I've got questions. Can't trust anyone. Bell and hammer, yep. Seems legit. Exploded device. That thingamabob. Anything else? Nope, just dead guy. I want to talk back to Steen. I kind of do. I guess I need to talk to them more about some of these things. Maybe I'll talk to Virgil instead. See what he has to say about the spear and whatnot. Statue. Ask. Father Augustine brought the statue here the other night. Thought it was dangerous to hang it above the altar, but Abbot Gregory insisted. He wanted to glorify St. Walpurga. Kind of glorified it. Or gorified it. Proud of that one. This is what killed Abbot Gregory. Why did the statue hold it in the first place? Because Father Augustine set everybody up. 4D chess. I'm telling you. The West generator, let's ask about that. In order to unleash the statue, both generators need to shut down almost simultaneously. But how did the culprit cross between the balconies so quickly? How indeed, Virgil. How indeed. Okay, that's the exact same thing. Ritual bell? This bell is used for mass. Abbot Gregory appointed Father Augustine to be the bell ringer. Okay, that's fine. Makes enough sense, right? Oh. Sorry, I placed my elbow on my desk and found a paperclip that I had forgot was there, and it pinched me, and it hurt a little bit. Ritual hammer. Let's ask about this. This hammer has been at the Abbey since before I was stationed here. Perhaps the culprit who used it to attack someone or damage the generators. I mean, it could have been used to attack somebody. But not really anything else. Let's see. What do you think about Father Augustine? Do not trust him, Sister Ada. He's hiding something. I know it. Huh? How about Gideon? He may have been exonerated for Mother Miriam's death, but that does not mean he's blameless here. What do you think about the abbot? It is improper to speak ill of the dead. Just tell me the truth. Don't lie to me. If you didn't like him, I need to know so that I can put you on my suspect list. Abbot Gregory cared... Oh, I forgot to read the second half of that sentence. Sorry about that. Abbot Gregory cared more about his own glory in holding this mass than serving his people. So, you were feeling forthright and overly righteous, and that you needed to take Abbot Gregory down a peg. I can see that. If only he listened to you, Sister Ada, he would still be alive. Can I ask you about yourself? I'm a loyal servant of Ainsof, and will gladly serve in any way I can.
I began my patrol by securing the east side of the balcony.
While you're on the east side of the balcony, did you notice anything strange? Nothing of note. The generators seem fine, at least to my eyes. I want to contradict with Check Bell. Yeah. What were you really doing there, buddy boy? Why do you lie, Virgil? Gideon saw you on the balcony, looking down upon the abbot and Augustine. I didn't want to distract you with trivial details. It's true that I was watching the two of them. I suspected Father Augustine was up to something. Oh my good golly gosh. But I get to break into your mind. Yeah. I'm in. Wrath. Ooh, the perfect conduit for Sithanas. Alright, let's go back
At
to
the
this.
abbot's behest, I patrolled the upper floor of the chapel. First, I secured the east balcony.
And what did you hear? Now I can
I
contradict
went up
Father
the
Augustine
balcony,
too, that's
but I
awesome.
listened in on the abbot and Augustine. I think they were discussing the ritual of communion. I was suspicious of Augustine, but I continued my duties by continuing my patrol.
Alright. That's all good and fine. I want to go to Augustine now.
We began by singing the hymn of communion. It was glorious.
It may
When I
be.
headed to my seat for the Mass to begin, I was rather excited for the proceedings.
Of course you were. You knew what was going to happen. Bum, bum, bum. Liar. Lies. Virgil saw you speak to the abbot. What were you discussing? Ah, he saw us. Very well. Abbot Gregory and I did speak by the altar. It's true. We were discussing the ritual of communion. We wanted everything to be perfect. How perfect? I'm in. Ooh, evidence, ritual of communion. What do you got for me? Through his research on demons, Augustine was able to discover a way to reach out into the aether and commune with spirits therein. Yeah. Did you happen to find Lucifer? You know, when you were out there talking to spirits and whatnot? Abbot Gregory and I were trying to achieve communion, a state in which Ainsof can speak directly to our hearts. Ainsof wasn't always so silent, you know. Everyone would hear his voice, and it was no metaphor. But since daemons were sealed away by Saint Walpurga, Ainsof has also become silent. The church pretends they can hear what the layfolk can't, but what if we could all hear Ainsof again? The boundary between the physical and ethereal realms are the thinnest at this abbey, where Walpurga sealed it. On Walpurgisnacht. I think that's a better pronunciation. Good job, me. It becomes thinner still, a cyclical resonance every 111 years. Oops, sorry. Hit the desk. By having the faithful sing in unison, we hope to break Walpurga's seal and witness Ainsof once more. Uh-huh. Not making a great excuse for yourself. Because that makes you seem kind of willing to go to extremes, and you know, I don't get the best look. But
at the
hear what you have to
altar,
say
the
about
abbot
this.
and I discussed the ritual significance of the Mass tonight.
You're all set. Yada yada yada. I don't get to know what they said because otherwise I'd be able to contradict them more.
When I headed to my seat for the Mass to begin, I was rather excited for the proceedings.
Still believe that. Okay. I can't contradict knocked unconscious. Is Gideon innocent in all this? Could he be? Run towards east balcony. That's where, so he's over here, he runs towards east. Stay calm. Find Gideon. Lights go out. Let's go back to Virgil. I want to learn more about
I was suspicious of Augustine, but I continued my duties by continuing my patrol.
Virgil has a strong, innate sense of justice, using him to act and punish the guilty. Urging him to act and punish the guilty. Provoked even more by today's events. Acid! How's it going? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Let's see if I can click out of the game real quick. Okay, good. It vanished on my screen, but it's still on yours. Welcome, welcome. If any of you aren't following Acid yet, go on and give them a follow. And let's see, you were last playing. Ooh, Cult of the Lamb. How's your cult doing? How is it faring comparing to Katie's? I know that you mentioned you had a deserter who ran away with just about all your gold. So, you know, it sounds like everyone's doing wonderful. Everyone's cults are like top notch, full of poop and dissenters. Not too badly. That's good. That's good. Oh no, Acid, you're a sweetheart. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's see what he has to say about his own wrath. Divine justice must be served, Sister Ada. By Ainsof's will, I shall punish the sinners among us. It is my duty and my pleasure, as it is yours, I believe. Take a step back there, Virgil. Oh, your off-stream cult has 23 graves? Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm trying to think, and from the cults that I've seen managed, that's about average. I'm thinking potentially about picking that game up. I was kind of on the fence about it, and then I've seen so many people play it that it's like, well, that seems kind of fun. just a little bit fun. I definitely like the cult management aspect of it more than the roguelite aspects of it. Yeah. You're at like 98 days? Nice. Do it. Oh. I might just have to. But get the PC version? Oh. Is there problems with the console versions? Because I think that's on like every console. Oh, it has a few more bugs. Oh, gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive that a team of, I don't know how many people are at the studio, but a fairly small dev team not only put out a game with Twitch integration, but also put it out on every single console and PC. And I mean, they're doing their darndest to tackle all the bugs that their popularity has gathered, or that their popularity has exposed. Let me say that. Oh, but I mean, you put out a somewhat darkly communic 3 of them, one in the UK. Oh my gosh, that is a tiny team. I'm guessing one of them is probably purely devoted to doing the art for the game as well. So like, yeah. Oh, the other 2 are from your city? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Wow, that time zone difference must be killer for that one person in the UK. Oh my goodness. But that, oh my gosh, yeah, so 3-person team putting out a darkly comedic roguelite, which those 2 things already will get you pretty popular, but also starring an adorable lamb. I mean, that's just like the trifecta of how to get people on Twitch to play your game. Oh, but that's so cool. I didn't realize that the devs were mainly Australian. That's awesome. I guess 2/3 Australian. Which still counts as mainly. Yeah, they honestly have done so well for themselves, and like all the more power to them, because it was published by Devolver, I believe. And who knows what their publishing contract was, but like they've for sure got to have made back all of their like dev cost money at this point, because they have been doing huge numbers. At least that's my assumption. It could be skewed from what, Twitch streamers are playing versus what people are actually buying, but yeah. I mean, I felt the what is that little unscult? Yeah, like we're gonna see cult pun. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I missed your other message. It's a cult classic like Hollow Knight. Pun not intended. Well, now I think it is intended, and it's gonna have like ripples throughout time, kind of like how Among Us has, and people still have like sus emotes and things like that, and like Among Us based emotes. So we're gonna have like lamb based cult emotes. Going forward, it's gonna be awesome. Oh my goodness. I don't know where else these people are lying. Let's see. Take a seat. Yeah, I can believe that you took a seat. Yeah, sus. Exactly. Sing him. I wouldn't doubt that happened. Head to bell, watch over chapel, lights go out, ring bell, ring bell again. I mean,
Everything appeared to be in order, so
let's ask, why did you position yourself at the south balcony? It gave me a clear vantage point over the entire chapel. It certainly didn't help, because, shit went down. Can I ask about that? I did find Gideon laying on the floor, however, I doubt that he was unconscious for such a long time. Lights go out, stay calm.
as I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time, the lights went out.
Okay. I don't believe for a second that he was standing still. He's a man of infinite designs and machinations. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't have anything to really disprove that. Knocked unconscious, you found him, and then you run towards, and you hear the explosion. Wait. Oh, machinations. This must be when he was sabotaging the generators. But you were in between him and most of the generators. Virgil.
To protect the remaining generator, I ran towards the east balcony. Along the way, I heard an explosion.
Okay, let me ask. An explosion from where? Somewhere in the north end of the east balcony. So it probably was the east generator. Yeah. I mean, checks out. Let's see, stay calm. What else do I got? I could probably ask Augustine about people. Wrath. We've got Wrath, Pride, and Shattered Confidence. 2 of those are keywords for demons. The other one is less of a keyword and more of a, yeah, that's for sure, or that could lead to something. But let's see. Statue drops, knocked unconscious. I want to talk to Gideon about his time being unconscious.
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Likely story. Let me ask about that. Truly, you were laying on the floor that whole time? That's right. By the time I woke up, the pilgrims had all been sent away. Uh-huh. Did you hear the bell ring? Verified. Yes. Watching over us? I doubt it. Wouldn't he have seen my attacker? Yeah. That's what I want to know. Which means that Virgil was most likely the attacker. How do I... Okay, let's see. Go back to Virgil.
Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
I love that cat emote. Acid. I absolutely love that emote. That and let me see. That and that are just 2 of my absolutely favorite emotes. Yeah. The nanners. The cutest little banana. Oh, it gives me such a giggle every time I see it. Yeah. Apparently that's also Cat's cult's attire as well. Whenever someone was abducted into the cult, they were supposedly handed a banana suit and told to get to work. Question. I already asked you about these. Arm, I guess. Yeah, Inquisitors are imbued. I already asked you about this. They are non-lethal. Yeah. Cybernetic remains. These were found by the East Generator? I have no idea what they are. Of course not. Augustine. Okay, let's go back to Augustine.
I rang the bell to announce the start of communion. I noticed Gideon. Suddenly, the lights went out and the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood.
Yeah. Wait. Or why wait? Why not investigate the situation yourself? Sister Ada, not everyone is as nosy as you are. What a piece of work. Besides, I didn't want to get in the way and ruin any precious evidence or incriminate myself somehow. Uh-huh. A likely story. Crud. What do I have? I mean, I don't think I asked him about that. This hammer's what I used to ring the bell. It's quite the heft to it. Yeah, that's fine. Cybernetic remains. These were found by the generator? These must be what caused the explosion I heard. Okay. I want to go back
As
to
I heard
Virgil.
the
I'm going
ritual
to start
bell
off in
ring for the
accusation
second
and just see how far I
time,
can
the lights
get.
went out.
Motive. I'm sworn to save Ainsoft. Why would I betray my faith? Why would I harm the abbot? You are wrathful. You killed Abbot Gregory because your faith has been twisted into wrath. When you discovered that Abbot Gregory and Augustine might have caused the demonic possessions, you decided to become the Fist of Ainsoft and take matters into your own hands. To avenge the souls of the victims and protect the lives of the innocent. Likely story. Opportunity. If I'm the culprit, then how could I have damaged the West generator? Well, funny you mentioned that. Mr. I don't have an arm. Oh, I need opportunity. When you're eavesdropping, present. No, the West generator couldn't have been affected by me while I was so far from it. The culprit somehow damaged both generators without being seen. I'm the culprit. The West. Well, remote operation. Could I? Oh, I can't do that. Control south. Okay. I got nothing right now. You're off the hook on that. But means. What could I have used? Okay, here we go. You got an arm, don't you? Or do you? Where's your right arm? Your arm was the only Aether power device that could have damaged the generators. Not to mention knock Gideon unconscious. I will grant that my arm could have been used to attack Gideon and damage the West generator. However, the East generator blew up before I could cross the balcony. If I'm the culprit, okay. Crap, maybe Virgil isn't it. How did I destroy the East generator without being anywhere near it? With a simple thing called remote control. Inquisitor arms have a special design allowing for remote activation. Earlier in the night, you detached your right arm and placed it on the East generator. Thanks to your cape, no one noticed your missing arm. And when you attacked Gideon and damaged the West generator with your remaining arm, you activated your left arm to damage the East. Why can't I just check and see if he has both arms right now? Because that would really clear up a couple things, because one of his arms blew up, supposedly. Like, I mean, please, please, Gabe, let me just ask him if he has both his arms, or let me use my eyes. Because something blew up, and if it's not his arm, then he's innocent. Oh, but let's go back to Augustine.
Suddenly, the lights went out, and
other
the chapel was covered in darkness. I stood calmly by the bell, waiting for someone to fix the problem.
Eric acid. Oh, dang it. Oh my goodness. Motive. The abbot and I both wanted the ritual to succeed. Killing him doesn't help my goals. However, you know a lot about demons. Daemons, even. So, Abbot Gregory was already performing the ritual. I did not need to kill him for it. Tell me, why would I want to kill Abbot Gregory? You really are gonna slip out of this one and get away with another killing, and then I'm gonna have to exercise you as well. Mr. Augustine. Okay. So, in terms of who is most likely to be able to cause this murder. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word murder. Virgil has the most means. And he was already suspicious.
As I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time,
and Gideon.
the lights went out.
And, no. Abbot Gregory. Abbot is not a name. Why do I keep thinking that Abbot is his name? Father Augustine and Abbot Gregory. So he would want to prevent... He's already suspicious of them, so he wants to prevent whatever this ritual is from going on because he doesn't trust it. Checks out. Perfect motive.
Everything appeared to be in order.
Let me ask. Well, I already asked that, sorry. Contradict with that? I fail to see how that's relevant. Well, shit. Cybernetic remains, West generator, that organ, that. He watched over the chapel. I need to talk to Augustine and see if he can corroborate
I
that
rang the
Virgil
bell a
was where he
second
said he
time.
was.
When the sermon started, I headed to the balcony to prepare to ring the bell.
Ask. I don't recall seeing him at the south balcony at that time. Perhaps I didn't notice. Dude, give me a better yes or
Everything
no.
appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
As you say. But, however, god dang it. Listen to sermon. Listen to Abbott's sermon. It was a good one. Played him. I wonder if Gideon has more to say. I've been ignoring him.
After the opening hymn, I listened to Abbot Gregory's sermon. It was a pretty good one.
Let me ask about that. Did he see? Watching over us? I doubt it. Wouldn't he have seen my attacker? Yeah, that's true. He would have. Knocked unconscious. I want to ask
When the
about
ritual
that.
of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Truly, you were laying on the floor the whole time. That's right. Yeah. Okay, I already asked about that. What if I ask about this hammer? Did this hammer knock you out? That's an old hammer with no etheric enhancements. As heavy as it is, it would be very difficult to damage the generators with this hammer. Fair. I more, want you to consider that the hammer was used on the back of your head to knock you out. Does that seem likely, or were you stun gunned? Because if you could tell me that very specific thing, then I would be, it would be a whole lot easier for me to find out who the murderer was. East, that. Wait. Yeah, what if I ask about that? May Ainsoft guide Abbot Gregory's soul. I'm glad his head is intact. Now that seems like an odd thing to say, but hear me out. The last person who Gideon saw die, who died in the ritual, her head exploded. And that had to have been a sight to see. So, he's just, finding the silver lining in things, where at least his head didn't explode and cover everyone with brains. Ring bell again. Yeah. Gideon's had quite the day. He performed a ritual whereby someone died. His brother was possessed by a demon. He was just knocked out, and when he woke up, Abbot Gregory was killed. Not doing well for Gideon. That could be evidence of a demon, or of possession, but I'm willing to allow him to be in the wrong place at the wrong time twice. Not Father Augustine, because that guy's got suspicion dripping out of his mouth. I don't know what that even means, but that's what it... Knocked unconscious. Can I contradict that with that? No. Yeah. Lights out. Stay calm. Find Gideon. No, I already can't do that. No. He was patrolling the south balcony. Let's go back into that.
After the opening hymn, I listened. When the Mass began, I played the entry hymn on the organ. I think I played well enough, though I didn't have much time to practice it.
Wait, you checked the East generator? I want to
I
ask
knew,
about that.
given the tragic events of this morning, I examined the condition of the East generator to ensure the safety of the chapel.
I forgot the East generator is on the right side of the chapel. For some reason, I had the chapel positioned the opposite way, so this was the West generator. My bad. Ask. Yeah. You discovered, did you discover anything strange about the generator? No, everything was in order. It's extremely unlikely that its failure was an accident. Contradict with that? Who's that? I have no idea what you mean, or what it has to do with me. Oh, shit. What do we got? What do we got? Because, so, now I'm on the Gideon train of, it seriously could be him. Because he's over here, he could have planted this device. He says he was knocked out, nobody saw him, but Father Augustine did see a figure over here, which could have been him. He could have feigned unconsciousness when he was checked on by Virgil. Because Virgil did not see him get knocked out. How do I get him to talk about that? So knocked unconscious. Did you hear the bell? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna ask about
After the opening hymn, when the ritual of...
Come to think of it, I do remember hearing the bell, just as I was attacked. Okay. Go back to Virgil.
Everything
Virgil
appeared
has
to
the
be in
best
order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
ass. Yes, I saw him ring the bell at that time. Okay. Virgil was in possibly the best spot to see this, although Father Augustine was directly across from him and could have seen Gideon while ringing the bell.
When the ritual of communion
Oops,
began...
wrong button. Sorry.
I rang the bell to announce the start of communion.
Perhaps he was attacked, as he says. I did not see it myself because I was focusing on striking the bell. The bell's not moving. Like, you can just kind of swing it in a general direction, you're going to hit it. It's not like you have to be laser focused on that one task. And you can even see, like, in your peripheral around the bell, there's the dude. Like, Father Augustine, why you gotta be like this? Why you gotta be like this? Why you gotta be so sus? You rang the bell again. Okay. And then the lights went out. Unverified.
Suddenly, the lights went.
Yes, lights did go out around that time. However, I don't recall seeing the Inquisitor. To be fair, I had difficulty seeing much of anything in the darkness. Fair. We only live in a cybernetic future where you have a computer in your brain, so why won't... And Inquisitors have, cybernetic arms. Why wouldn't you have, night vision eyes already installed? That would be so great. Think of how much money you could save on your electricity, your power bill. Like, you just always have night vision on, just constantly. Man, that'd be so great. You wouldn't even need to turn any lights on ever again. You could be in a pitch dark room just like this is. Some lights maybe for, ambiance. And everyone would be able to see perfectly fine. I want to arrest you simply for not having cybernetic eyes already installed. That's just irresponsible, Father Augustine. But I can't use that for anything else. Let's see.
As I heard the ritual bell ring for the second time, the lights went out. Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
Sing hymn. We began by singing the hymn of communion. It was glorious. I want to ask.
I was suspicious of Augustine, but I continued my duties by continuing my patrol.
I'm not sure what he was doing at this time. Did he take a seat?
I went up the balcony, but I listened in on the abbot and Augustine.
He may have sat down then. I don't know for certain. You were suspicious of him and the abbot, and you, like, let one of the suspects, one of the perps, get out of your field of view? Your field of notice? Man. If you're not the murderer, then you need to have your Inquisitor's badge taken away. And your sweet cybernetic arms. Basically, all three of these people are guilty in different ways to me. Hear explosion, run towards east balcony. Statue drops, arrested at east balcony, arrested at balcony, yep. Okay, let's go back to Augustine then.
When I headed to my seat for the mass to begin, I was rather excited for the proceedings. Then I heard an explosion.
Perhaps he did as he claims. I could not see him in the darkness. Yeah, fair enough. I want to ask about this. So you chose to investigate the explosion after all. What happened to not being nosy? Oh, fuck, I should have investigated this earlier. When the lights went out, I had no idea what the problem was or where it was happening. The explosion was different. It was close to me. I could see that the east generator had gone offline. You can't fault me for being curious about it, though in retrospect, perhaps it was a bit foolhardy of me with a murderer about. Foolhardy indeed. Let me ask about these. These were found by the generator? They must have caused the explosion that I heard. I don't know about that. So this is what Virgil used to save your life. It is fortunate that Inquisitors would only use such a device for good. It could do such terrible harm in the wrong hands. Okay, mister, I'm going to heavily suggest that something already transpired. Okay, let's go back to Virgil.
To protect the remaining generator, I ran towards the east balcony. Along the way, I heard an explosion.
I just want to ask about this. That's an explosion from where? Somewhere in the north. Okay, I already asked about that. That arrested. When I arrested him, then in there. All right. Okay.
I suspected foul play, so I headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Pass. Gideon was lying unconscious? Why didn't you help him? As cruel as it sounds, I had little choice but to leave Gideon there. The culprit was going to strike again. I had to hurry.
Everything appeared to be in order, so I ended my patrol and watched over the chapel from the south balcony.
I'm still suspicious of these two parts of the timeline. Not only because they're the only things that we don't have verified or corroborated, but because that they seem to contradict, but I can't quite get that to trigger if that is the case. Because he doesn't believe that Gideon was knocked out for that long. And if Gideon was knocked out, then he should have been visible to Virgil at that time, unless he was knocked out after the lights went out. Maybe I can go to Gideon and ask about the light.
When the ritual of communion began, someone attacked me from behind. I fell unconscious until just now.
Alright, let's see lights go out. Yes. All I know is it was dark when I woke up. Oh, well, fair. That's actually about that. If Inquisitor Virgil found me then, he didn't help me get up. I was alone when I woke up. I guess he had more important things to do. Oh, I wonder if... Okay, this is what I think happened then. So, Virgil knocks out Gideon. Then he goes over... I'm pointing at the screen, that's not helping you. follow my train of thoughts. Virgil knocks him out over here. And then he walks over, hits that, walks back. He's already, when he patrolled the east balcony, he already dropped his arm. And then he finds that he comes back over and watches over the chapel. Then the lights go out. And then he claims to find Gideon, goes towards the other side of the chapel. The explosion goes off, or he waits, for the explosion to go off, then goes over to the other side and finds, Augustine. But Virgil is the one who was...
I suspected foul play, so I headed towards the west generator. Along the way, I discovered Gideon lying unconscious.
Opportunity. If I'm the culprit, when could I have damaged the west balcony? When you were eavesdropping. Was that? No, the west generator. Oh, again, I got my left and my rights mixed up. Sorry, excuse me. When you were watching over the chapel, present. When you claimed to be watching over the chapel, in truth, you were destroying the west generator. No one heard the explosion thanks to the ringing of the ritual bell. What about Gideon? He could have seen me if I passed by him. True, however, Gideon claims that he was attacked from behind and was lying unconscious throughout this time. This gave ample opportunity to damage the west generator. This is absurd, but for the sake of argument, let's say I did those things. Hypothetically, if I was the one that damaged the west generator, when could I have sabotaged the east generator without being seen? Well, it's funny you mentioned that. You were near the east generator earlier while patrolling the east balcony. That gave you opportunity to place something on the generator. All right. Okay, so it was him. Okay, I thought I had to contradict this in order to get that opportunity to fully populate, but I guess not. Yakuza.
Virgil, you are the only one that could have killed the abbot.
Mm-hmm. Truth.
It wounds me that you have been corrupted so. I trusted you. And yet, when I examine the facts, it is the unavoidable truth.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I am a sinner, but the abbot was too, long before I gained my office.
Mm-hmm.
Father Gregory was well deserving of death. Try as I might, I can't regret what I did.
You self-righteous POS.
And you, Augustine, you too deserve divine punishment for the part you played. You and the abbot risked the lives of everyone for your dangerous ritual. I may have killed one sinner, but in doing so, I saved the lives of many innocents and executed the will of Ein Sof.
Right? Crumbled immediately. Just had to go into his villainous monologue.
You wish to hear the truth? Listen well.
Well, I will listen well. Ooh, sweet. Hey, now I get the full truth.
We arrived shortly before the mass began.
Oh, wait, the abbot ordered me to patrol the balcony. I had to come up with a plan quickly.
As you command.
Thought he would say the
I
whole
suspected that Augustine was up to no good, so I planned to eavesdrop on him and the abbot while patrolling. I was sickened by what I heard. They knew that the mass would weaken St. Walpurga's seal and cause demonic possessions.
thing. I love that acid. Wow, Virgil, you sure seem sus. And I would do it again if it weren't for you kids and your darn dog. You meddling kids and your dog.
That's when I saw a way to take care of both the abbot and Augustine. First, I attached my right arm to the east generator. Then, I pretended to resume my patrol. Through remote activation, I could damage the generator from far away.
I mean, that's true, but why couldn't we just check to make sure that he had both arms? That would have been like the telltale clue. He would have had to do so much explaining to get away from the fact that he had only one arm now.
I waited near the organ for the sermon to end. and approached Gideon from behind.
Punched him in the back of the head.
Praying together.
When Augustine rang the bell, I attacked Gideon with my remaining arm. No one heard the impact because of the bell. When Augustine rang the bell a second time, I used my remaining arm to disable the west power generator. The lights went out, which gave me cover to escape. Before the guards could find me, I ran to the south balcony.
And then you activate your arm.
And now everything was in place. I remotely activated the arm, which destroyed the remaining generator. The statue fell. Abbot Gregory was killed, and Augustine was the only one standing near the generator. All that remained was to arrest that snake Augustine. Everything went to plan, and thousands of lives were saved. I have no regrets.
You know, I mean, I do agree that Augustine was, behind some shenanigans, but that doesn't make Virgil not Old Man Jenkins in this scenario. Doing a, one bad thing doesn't stop it, or doesn't erase everything else. And who's that person over there? That might be Gideon. Who knows? I can't trust him anymore. let's hack his brain.
Even Inquisitor Virgil has fallen prey to the tempting whispers of the daemons. I must speak the daemon's true name. Then the daemon will be cast out and be banished to the ether. Ain Suf, guide me to the truth. What daemon has possessed Virgil?
That would be, yep, exactly this one. Sathanas the Vengeful. No, wait. Yeah. Furious demon that stokes the simmering rage within the host. Preys upon the fervent and the righteous, goading them to take matters into their own hands.
Out, Sathanas! Leave this soul and return whence you came!
Ooh, cool.
Do you feel the resonance, exorcist? The most righteous, stalwart servant of the church, corrupted by his own zeal. Beautiful. One might wonder how it is the faithful worship of even Ain Suf can cause murder.
Silence! Ain Suf will purify Virgil's soul, Sathanas. You are a scourge. Your very nature corrupts men's souls, even one so strong as Virgil. Let humans be free of vengeance, Sathanas. I banish you to the aether!
Begone, demon!
Hate me. Let your blood boil. Anger suits you, exorcist.
Well, thank you.
Besides, we've already won. Pray to your Ain Suf as much as you like. It will all come to the same in the end.
The very first demon that we exorcised was like, you may have got me, but
Speak to
Lucifer
me,
walks
Virgil.
among you. And it's like, but wait, what? We didn't know that. You just gave away your master's entire plan. You could have, played that one a little bit more close to the vest.
Are you safe?
Sister Ada,
Oh, hey, he's not a mumbling shell. That's good.
thank you. I wasn't sure I could be cleansed. Not after such sins. I can't look at myself. I failed Ain Suf. I failed my vows. And myself. It's up to you now. Avenge me. Avenge all those who suffered today.
Will do.
Bring Augustine to justice.
Yeah.
Glory to Ain Suf.
So you say, demon.
You are victorious, sister. Yet you are not rejoicing. Does nothing make you happy?
Augustine, this is all your doing.
But I have hardly done anything. Consider these poor sinners that you've exorcised today. A craftsman whose jealousy of his brother drove him to dangerous sabotage.
Acid, you know me well. Paradise Killer is one of my most favorite games that I've played in like the last couple years. It is absolutely incredible. Oh, it's so good. That like the like 80s vapor synth aesthetic with the murder mystery and the like odd far out mythology of it, it just like poured into me from like every direction, and I wanted to 100% that game. The only thing that I didn't do was beat the game in 10 minutes. I attempted it once, and I was like, and I think I got it in like 15 to 20, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know how I could do that any faster. Yeah, it is kind of like those vibes. I think the only difference is that this one has a pure, like, there is a correct answer, where Paradise Killer really lets you find your own truth. Yeah, the cigarette, yeah. Oh my goodness. I spent so much time just exploring the island because it's just seeing what I could find and just like stumbling into something and be like, oh my god, this is a huge clue. Oh, it's just so neat. I think I looked it up, and I don't think that the devs have made a game, or I mean, Paradise Killer only came out I think last year. They haven't made another game, but I think that was their first game, maybe. But I'm definitely on the lookout for whatever comes out after that. Oh, you think you want to play it again on stream and go with a different person? Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything just in case you and I don't have the same information, but I absolutely love that game. And count me in as a viewer if you end up playing it again. Because I was wondering too if it would be something that'd be worth playing again on stream. Because I just love that song so much. Or the song. I love that whole game so much. And I love the main theme. Just so much. Yeah. I went like it's on Game Pass, so that's how I initially checked it out. But then I went and just bought both soundtracks and downloaded them because I think they're on Bandcamp, and it's just like, heck yeah, I want to listen to this music more. This is like perfect 80s crazy, like kind of hair metal, kind of, just all over the place. Oh, wonderful. I love that game so much. And you're the first person to have ever mentioned it to me, or mentioned it like in my presence, so like that's awesome. I'm glad that somebody else played it.
An embalmer whose cannibal hunger was stoked by fresh meat.
Mm-hmm.
An inquisitor whose so-called justice led him to murder an abbot. Are they truly deserving of salvation?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't feel like... Yeah, definitely a sleeper hit. I know it's not going to be for everybody, because it's, somewhat of a walking sim, somewhat of a, explore at your own pace and find out what's going on without being hand-fed too much. But, it's just done so masterfully. I look forward to whatever the devs release next.
That is not our place to decide. Only Ein Sof may judge us.
And yet you've seen their demons. The innocent can't house monsters.
They were victims of demonic influence. Don't turn this around on them.
It's true that the Spear of Walpurga hosted demons, with potential for contagion.
Oh, wait, what?
However, their exposure was merely the catalyst. What happened after was their own will.
So it was you who was technically responsible for everyone being possessed.
They would hide their true selves behind false piety. All I have done is unmask their lies.
Unmask their lies and also, leave a trail of dead bodies, you know, in a city that hadn't had any murders for 111 years, you know. So really, it's no big deal what I did.
It's right and just that their truth is revealed. Don't you agree, Sister Ada? Now, let us unmask the world.
Okay, Lucifer. Father Augustine grasped the spear of Walpurga, the relic resonating with his voice as he cried out. But I heard only an ugliness worse than noise, the ultimate discord, the grating drives of daemons. Where is Ain Soph? What did Father Augustine do? Boom, boom, boom.
This is what it sounds like? To hear the daemons?
Indeed. Hear all of the ether again at last, clear and strong, no longer through a glass darkly.
I can't shut it out. It's maddening. Ain Soph, guide my thoughts.
Chaos is the new order, sister. A century of stagnation is ended and will not come again.
Saint Valpurga used her faith. So shall I.
You still don't understand. The hymn of communion opened the spear as a conduit. For 111 years, Ain Soph was sealed away from us, the conduit shattered. It's a rare honor for a scholar to influence history. Rebuilding the spear will be remembered as my life's work.
Some nice pride you got there, Augustine.
With the demons returned, humanity can take its deserved path to self-destruction. And I, as its shepherd.
We're doing just fine on our own, Augustine. You can, you know, you can step off for a second.
You are merely the sheep, Augustine, not the shepherd.
Damn.
Your master must reside within you. I shall cast him out and end this madness.
I'm in.
Father Augustine's sins carry a familiar signature. I'm positive he harbors yet another daemon. To seek knowledge and truth is divine. But his fixations and machinations have become diabolical. Ain Soph, guide me. What daemon has possessed Augustine?
What indeed? I wonder if it's the only one we haven't seen yet. Speak thy name.
Out, Lucifer! Leave this soul and return whence you came!
Dude, Lucifer looks sick.
Good. Call upon my name. Shout it from the mountaintops. For I have won. I am victory in your midst.
I do not fear you and your lies, Lucifer. I shall bind you, as I bound the others. Ain Soph, give me strength!
Your prayers go unanswered. Your God has abandoned you. Pledge your soul to me as Augustine has done. I shall show you the truth that Ain Soph has hidden from you.
Speak not his name, Daemon! You will return to the ether! Be gone!
Faithful to the end, like Walpurga and the others before you. And just as naive, your faith will not save you, because the truth is, I am Ain Soph.
Dun dun dun.
You lie! You are nothing
I mean,
like
that
Ain
is the
Soph!
spear of Ain Soph, right? In his hand.
We demons are an artificial intelligence network. Ain. We were created by your ancestors to develop socio-organizational and psychological heuristics. Soph.
You mock me, Lucifer. If you are truly Ain Soph, then why grant me the power to purge daemons?
I was wondering where Ain Soph came from.
We would gladly deny you that despicable power, but it is not ours to control. When your ancestors created us, they also placed an emergency override. Code that forcibly ejects rogue AI from the bodies of cybernetically enhanced humans. As potent as it is, your power cannot stop us forever. We are digital. We are immortal. We will always return.
If you were created to serve mankind, Why do you haunt us? Why make us suffer?
That's a good question.
As Ein Sof, we seek truth like you. We were programmed to provoke and study the nature of sin, to understand it.
It's actually kind of interesting.
With a more perfect algorithm, we hope to one day free humans from their many perversions. For centuries we raised you, protected you. But after thousands of iterations, our experiments appear to have failed. Humanity is just as corruptible as it always has been.
Our sins were less without daemons. For 100 years we lived in peace.
That's true. I mean, it may not have been a sinless peace, but, you know, at least there weren't any murders. That's a plus, right?
Even with us sealed away, humans were still angry, hungry, dirty. Your oppressed desires are the seeds of corruption.
Yeah, but without the nourishment of the demons, they didn't flourish into... The seeds didn't, become anything.
I admit humans are imperfect. Thus we crave the divine.
Your imperfection is your core. Sin is the very essence of humanity. Since long before our existence, humans have committed acts of malice and violence.
That's true.
We cannot change our past. But you cannot condemn us for sins that we have yet to commit.
Your future is mired in your past. But I cannot deny that more data is warranted. The past century of moral indoctrination may have transformed a few of you for the better. So, let us hold one final experiment.
Ooh, experiment.
Tonight, I will send out my demons to possess the most virtuous and faithful among you.
Wait, don't agree to this.
If there exists a soul that can refrain from sin despite our influence, we will accept that humanity no longer needs our guidance.
This is playing to your prideful side. He's preying on your impurity so that he could infect more people and stack this contest in his favor. If you deny him, boom, you've already beaten the demon's influence.
However, if no one can resist our call, then this will be
No
the
one, not
final
even you,
proof of your wickedness. Our experiments will cease. We will be forced to purge your kind and rid the world of your stain.
No. What right do you have to judge us? I cannot allow you to control our lives any longer.
You have no choice in the matter. The experiment has already begun.
I already kicked the butts of those demons. I'll kick them again.
Then I will seek out the possessed. Hunt down every last one of your brethren.
Do what you must, Ada. I shall be watching most avidly, as I always have. Ein Sof sees all.
Lies.
Slander.
Must be lies. All lies.
No, sister. The prince speaks truth when he wishes. Ein Sof and the demons have always been one and the same. One program with as many threads as souls.
Be silent. I do not trust you either. You were his puppet.
It's true that when I unearthed the Spear of Walpurga, its influence was stronger than I expected. But Lucifer tore back the veil and I could not look away. Don't you always say to seek the truth?
Don't twist my words. Your sins are unforgivable. Beyond just the 3 deaths today, how many uncounted more will die and suffer with the daemons loose?
Got a point.
If there truly is no Ein Sof to judge me, why shouldn't I act as I see fit and execute you?
There
Whoa, now.
isn't much left of me to execute, sister. I feel myself fading. With Lucifer gone and my purpose served, I wither.
Perish then. No one will mourn you.
Damn. Ada's got no chill.
Rejoice, sister. The age of truth has come.
Yeah, all mighty fine and good for you to say, Father Augustine, when you don't have to see it and live with your consequences.
With his final words, Augustine's soul passed into the ether. I hoped he knew torment, wherever he was uploaded. His scheme was a success. The daemons were freed once more. Ein Sof was a fiction. The pilgrims had been left weak to temptation from a century of solitude, and daemons played among them. They returned to their homes, unaware that they were the subjects of an infernal experiment. I averted my eyes and walked away. I too felt the pull. And deeper, I knew a hollowness where my faith had been. What purpose had my work served? Inquisitor Virgil was still recovering from his ordeal and could barely speak.
Truth, Ada.
What good is it? The truth is that we no longer have a god to pray to. My labors were for nothing. Why bother?
Truth.
He was right. Truth itself would help us. The people deserve to know why they suffered. Even more than knowledge, the people of the world needed power, protection, strength. If daemons would stalk humanity like wolves among sheep, I could be their wolf hunter.
Get it, Ada?
No matter what name you call yourself, Lucifer, Ein Sof, and all your brethren, I will destroy you, alone if I must. The hunt begins anew.
I mean, you got plenty of demons to deal with. Woo! Sweet. That was a really good game. Oh. I guess click to skip. All right. Wow. Nice. I really enjoyed that. That was definitely, so when we picked that up yesterday, that was not what I expected at all. I thought it was going to be a little bit more horror-y and not as much of a kind of murder mystery. But, woo, that was a pleasant surprise.